You know, we need to talk. You and I, let's sit down and let's tackle something, because I don't know if you've realized this, but there are only 92 days left. Yeah, starting tomorrow, counting down until the end of 2025 already, which I feel like just started not that long ago, but there's only 92 days left. Less than 100 days in our year. What are we doing with the next 13 weeks as we wrap up yet another calendar year of life? Now, I've been thinking a lot about this, and for those of you who have seen my videos here in the past little bit, yes, I am in Western North Carolina, and we're getting ready to be hit by another potentially terrifying hurricane just 1 year after going through Hurricane Helene, which radically transformed our entire lives and literally the landscape all around us. This year has been really hard, and I shared about that the other day, about all of the different struggles and things that this really has brought about. But I think for a lot of us, I notice that I tend to have a lot of the same conversations with friends here in our membership group, where we're talking about just what the Lord is doing in our life and where we're at and what we're dealing with and what's going on. And so much of it seems to kind of come back to the same space of life feels so heavy. Especially lately. I mean, we have lost some amazing men of the Lord this year, losing John MacArthur earlier, Vodi Bakum just the other day. That was terrifying. Of course, the assassination of Charlie Kirk and all of the circus chaos going on with that right now. The world is just so heavy, so crazy, and it feels so overwhelming. And that's just on the world stage. But then I feel like for most of us personally and individually and in our own families and our own homes, we are dealing with financial struggle like maybe we've never seen before. There's been so much going on. There's so much uncertainty out there. There's so much stress. There's so much demand. There's just so much that it makes you want to just kind of scream. And so either you stay so busy, just kind of spinning your wheels, trying to make it through, or you feel like you just want to give up. And the next thing you know, everything just like falls into complete chaos. And you're like, I don't even know what to do with it. So you kind of put your head in the sand and move on. But what if you could start over? I've been thinking about that a lot lately, where there's been so much that's been so overwhelming and just too much. I don't know what to do because it's all just too much. I can't fix it all. I can't handle it all. I don't know what to do. And I was talking about it and I say, I just wish I could start over. Is it actually possible to give yourself a clean slate regardless of where you are in life? So that's where this idea came from, that for the next 92 days, I'm going to embark on a clean slate challenge. I'm going to share it all with y'all, but you can come and join me as well. So what is a clean slate challenge? Well, I am so glad you asked. I want to clear the slate so that I can rebuild the life I actually want. Life sometimes kind of gets away from us. It's like you blink and I don't know, but somehow it just keeps on going in whatever direction it wants to keep on going, regardless of if you want it to go that way or not. And it can become a little overwhelming when you wake up one day and you realize, what am I doing with my life? Where am I going? Is this really what I want to be? Maybe it's the clutter and the stuff all around you that you go, I don't even know where to begin because there's so much stuff. I don't know what to do. Maybe you are so stretched thin and just overscheduled. You have so much you're doing, so much you've committed to, so much you've gotten involved in. You're like, I don't even know where I'm going or what I'm doing. Maybe it's the opposite of that, right? Like maybe you're not doing any of the things that you feel like you want to be doing. And instead you feel like you're just wasting your life away in inactivity, right? How do we clear the slate so that way we can actually rebuild the life that you and I, that we actually want to be living? And that was kind of this thought process that I keep having of, I feel like so much is getting just out of my control. It's like that ball started rolling and it just picked up momentum and it's going and it's going and it's going. And I'm like, is this even what I want? Am I even going where I want to be going? What is happening with my life? You ever felt that way? I mean, the kids all that got their thing. My husband's got his thing. I got my thing. We're all trying to like do all the things and it's rolling. But is this really what we want? And yes, there is the reality of this of I have a life, I have a job, I have kids, I homeschool, right? Like I have all these things, I have all these responsibilities. I can't just ignore them all, right? Like I can't just quit everything, pack my bags and go through Europe, taking my, leisurely time just fending for myself. Like that's not the situation I'm in. I'm not some straight out of high school, college kid, going into things. I'm almost 40. I've got kids, I've got a life, I've got, all these things. I got a homestead, I got all kinds of mouths I got to feed every day. I have a lot going on. But how can I actually clear the slate and rebuild the life I want? is that even possible? Well, I don't necessarily know those answers yet, but I'm gonna try to find them, and this is how. So what am I gonna do in all this? Well, we got 92 days left. That's 13 weeks, okay? I have set this goal, and I plan on sharing it with you all, so be sure, subscribe, turn on your bells. You're gonna see these as they come out. I have a goal here to, first and foremost, strip it all back as much as I possibly can, getting down to the most bare bones essentials with my life. Now that is all the physical stuff. That's where I'm committing my time. That's all the obligations and responsibilities, everything that I have going on. I really want to sit down and look at this and go, what do I absolutely have to be doing? Like, I know I have responsibilities. I know I have things. Yes, we need stuff in our house to a degree. I mean, we all need some things, but how can I strip that down to the bare minimum, genuinely? Really looking down to the heart root of everything and going, why do I do this? Why do I have this? Why do I place so much importance on whatever it might be? But truly in all aspects of my life, I want to strip it all down, and then I really want to assess it. Do I really need this? Do I need to spend my time there? Do I really need money for that? Do I need to keep all of this? Is it really worth having? The stress and the mental load of whatever it might be, having all of this stuff is, do I really want this? How can I strip it all back? Physically remove it from the space, physically take it off of my schedule, take it out of my calendar, take it off of my to-do list, stop paying for it, right? Like, do I have to have all the things that I have? How can I really assess that and look at that? Spending time here over the next 92 days, right? 13 weeks going, man, was my life better with that? Or is it nicer to not have to deal with that and not have that on my plate any longer? And my prayer is by the end of this, I really will be at a place where I feel like I can start over, where I can put that new calendar on the wall and feel refreshed. Because I know I haven't felt that in a very long time, but especially in the past year. So this is what I plan to do. I plan to genuinely go through my house, room by room, and strip everything back to as bare bones as possible. What are the things that my family physically uses every single day? If we are not physically, literally using it every single day, I want to get it out of there. Now, we're going to use our basement as kind of that staging ground, where we're going to take everything and completely just remove it out of the space. If you have a garage, you have an extra bedroom, heck, you want to get a storage unit for a month. I had a friend who did that. They got a storage unit for a month, and they did this where they stripped everything away, put everything in there, and we're like, we will assess it and see if it gets to make it back to the house. If not, it's getting donated, right? Whether you want to do a yard sale right there in the storage unit, you're just going to take it and drop it off somewhere, whatever the case may be. I want to empty absolutely everything out down to the bare bones. When everything is good and empty, I want to give it a good deep clean. I actually did an ebook on this years ago with how I go through minimizing our just physical possessions, and I'm kind of following that same guidelines. The ebook's free, I'll link it down below, but I like to then really deep clean everything, and it is amazing the less that you have in a space, how much easier it is to actually clean the space and then keep up with it. The mental load that we all carry around with all the stuff that we have around us really is heavy, and you don't realize just how heavy it is until you strip it all back. And so while everything is empty and the space is clean, I really want to take time over the next few months to really think about what we have and why. Is this really helpful? Is it really important? Is it really the life that we want to be having? And I want to look at this. Yes, it's easy to look at the clutter and the stuff around us, but I want to look at the things that I'm dedicating my time to. Where does my time go? How much time do I work? How much time do I do this, right? How much time am I spending doing these different things? How many obligations and responsibilities have I kind of given myself up for that maybe I don't really want to be a part of anymore? They're not really serving where I'm at in my life right now and where I want to keep putting my time. I think the more that we strip these things back, the more we can really look at them and decide where we want to be. And isn't that something that we should be able to do? I feel like I keep thinking about this of, is this really what I want to be doing? Well, I don't know. It's kind of where life is. And so I just keep doing it because it's where I am. Well, what if it's not where I want to be anymore? Maybe I want to make changes. Maybe I don't want everything to keep being what it's been being, right? Maybe I want it to change, to improve, to get better, to go a different direction, whatever the case might be. And then I really just want to be ruthless in going through these areas of change, being open to it, taking it to the Lord in prayer and going, Lord, is this really where I should be prioritizing myself, my time, my money, my energy, my efforts, my worries? And I think that if we all decided to commit to something like this, where I'm going to take the rest of this year to just start being aware of what I'm doing and where I'm going. Is it possible to purge your life, to clean the slate, and to start over fresh and new? Is that possible later on in life? I don't know. I've never completely tried it. Sure, I've done some of the stuff back before when I was a lot younger and didn't have as many responsibilities, where we were like, hey, we're just, young crazy kids. We're going to go do something different. But now I have so many responsibilities. I got so much going on. Like, it just doesn't even seem possible. But is it? Can it be? Because I don't want to keep feeling stuck in the things I'm feeling stuck in. And really, a lot of times, until you clear everything out, it's really hard to see just how much something's impacting you. I know when I switched over to a carnivore way of eating a few years ago, it wasn't until stripping all of the other foods out that I realized just how much they were impacting my health. And once I stripped it all away, it was like, oh wow, I can see clearly now, right? Because I've stripped all of that away. I want to do the same thing, but in every aspect of my life. I'm so sick of being frustrated by the same things, right? Isn't that the definition of insanity, is when you keep doing the same thing but expecting a different result? I feel like that's my life so often. I'm kind of still doing the same thing every day. I've got the same amount of stuff, the same amount of responsibilities, the same amount of things that just have to keep happening. And yet I'm not feeling right about where I end up every day. I don't want to be stressed out. I don't want to be super busy. I don't want to be running on that same hamster wheel, never actually reaching any sort of destination, yet tiring myself out and down to the bone each and every day. So I want to make this fun for you all, and I think I've come up with some really good ideas to do this because I want to go through this. I want to try this out. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Maybe it's impossible, right? Maybe you hit a point in life where that's where you stop being a crazy kid doing wild and crazy things because it just doesn't work out. Maybe that is the truth, right? Maybe that is how it works. Or maybe that's the lie that we've just all believed and we really can clear the slate and start over again. Maybe that's possible. I don't know. I'm willing to be the guinea pig and to try it out and share it with y'all and let you know if it works or not. But I think there's some ways that we can do this that can be really fun, and maybe even though I'm doing it for me myself, could be something that could help you as well. So I was thinking through some different ways that this could work out, and I get it. Some of this sounds really great in theory, and I was doing the same for myself. I'm like, I get it. It sounds really great, but how realistically can I commit to this? I have bills to pay. I got kids to feed. I mean, I got stuff to do too. Like, I totally get it. It's really hard to think about, like, how can this actually work? And the more and more I thought about it, the more and more I was like, okay, I'm kind of looking at these different things each day that we're going to do. And don't worry, tune in each day. I'm going to share them all with you all. They're all things that really, if I was dedicated for 1 hour, if I spent 1 hour each day, I could probably make this happen. Like 1 hour is a good dedication window of, if I gave myself that amount of time, I could be making headway. Sure, in an ideal world, I would take everything off my schedule and have nothing else in the world I have to do, but that's not how that works. I homeschool, I homestead, I work from home. I mean, I got a lot of things going on too. I get it, right? We can't just have all day to do whatever we want to do, but that's okay. That doesn't mean we give up. So I'm going to dedicate at least 1 hour a day to this. And I'm going to share it with you all genuinely, because I think that transparency is one of the greatest teachers in life. When we can look at something and see the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? Some of all of it put together. The next thing I'm going to do is, as I was talking about all the things that need to be stripped away, I want to strip away stuff. I want to look at commitments. I want to look at a lot of things, right? And strip away as much as I can, because then I can look for how can I be more efficient? How can I be more productive? How can I kind of stack up habits and, put things together in a way that really will serve me so much better, right? It's the clean slate challenge, but how do I clean the slate so that I can rebuild the life that I want? So yes, part of it is cleaning the slate off, but then there's the rebuilding part of it as well. Over the next 13 weeks, what are those habits that I want to start building into my days? I'm going to be working on clearing stuff out, but then I also want to be putting back the things in the way that really start to set up and build the life that I wish I was living. I want to be living. I I want to be intentional. I want to be improving. And so I thought something fun that we could do, I'm just throwing this out there, get all the ideas that you want to get from it. I am going to put up, I figured every Saturday, I'm going to put out these videos throughout the week of us talking about here the Clean Slate Challenge and how it's going and what I'm doing and how it's working together. So Monday through Friday, you guys will get little videos of just where I'm at. I'm at least dedicating an hour a day to this project. What do I get done? What am I focusing on? What am I learning? Where am I struggling? What's going on, right? I'm just going to share kind of a transparent, honest like response to you all about how it's going. You take from it what you will. Every Saturday, we're going to continue to do our fishbowl videos. Those are those videos where I seriously have a fishbowl that I have filled with suggestions from you all, topics that you would like to look through a biblical lens on. And we just sit down and dig into scripture and answer them. So every Saturday, we're going to do a fishbowl video. And every Saturday after I put up the fishbowl video, I'm going to go ahead and put up a little optional poll on my community tab. I'm going to type in a few different habits that I know I would like to work on, but I'm going to let you all vote and decide which habit I'm going to add to my kind of regimen that week. And so you guys can vote on that every single week. That will pop up. I will make sure to let you all know about it in the videos. You guys can watch the fishbowl videos on Saturday and then go and vote for which habit gets added to my Clean Slate Challenge of putting all these pieces back together. Now, of course, we still have the women's study going on where we're digging through looking at spiritual warfare. Those videos come out every single Sunday, so you guys can absolutely get those there in our membership group. But I am so incredibly excited to just kind of sit down and go through this authentically with you all. You know, scripture tells us that where we store up our treasure tells us so much. And oftentimes I think that we end up, sometimes even unintentionally, focusing on storing up our treasure here on earth. But I want to be someone who stores up my treasure in heaven. And I think that this challenge of really just cleaning the slate off, clearing it all out, really is going to be helpful in helping me to have some real, raw, honest conversations with where I'm storing up my treasure. Am I too focused on the things of this world? Is too much of my time and energy going to the treasure that I am storing up here on earth? Or am I really living heavenly minded in all aspects of my life? It really does all come together when we look at these things and we put them through that biblical lens and we go, Lord, where am I truly at? Search my heart. Show me in the ways that I'm not glorifying and honoring you. Am I too focused in these things here? Am I spreading myself too thin? Am I too busy? Am I just too mentally drained and overwhelmed with all of these things going on that I'm not focusing where I should be? I don't know. And so that's why I want to take on here 92 days to tackle this Clean Slate Challenge and see where we end up on December 31st. So you guys come and join me. I am so incredibly excited. Again, we're going to be tackling all kinds of stuff here, and I know that I've really needed this for myself for a long time. I think my family really needs this. So we're excited for it. And if this challenge can be an encouragement for you, if even just like watching and seeing, do we do okay with this? Do we fail with this? I have no idea. I don't know what's going to happen, right? If that can be an encouragement for you, then praise God, that's what it's there to be. If you want to come and join me and you want to commit an hour each day to trying to tackle some of these areas, feel free. Let me know if you want to join in as well. But we're going to keep moving forward because I cannot have another year that goes on like this past year went on. And I am ready to get some ducks in a row. Figuratively speaking, I'm never going to get my ducks actually in a row. Have you ever tried to line up ducks? It is not an easy thing to have happen, but I'm going to get my ducks in a row. I want to start working on these things and I want to start moving forward with the wisdom that only the Lord can give us. And I think that stripping everything back, really getting down to the bare bones, really truly prayerfully assessing where we're at, what we're doing, and where we're going so that we can rebuild the life we really want is something that, why not? Why not give it a shot? Why not try? We're going to see what happens. I love you all. See you over there in these videos. And it's going to be a big week. See you tomorrow. Bye, friends.